All right, everybody. It is Thursday, and you know what that means. It is the cow. It is the capper of the week video. One of these days, I'm going to have my stuff ready to queued up here. When I say it's the cow, we can hear the there it is. There it
Nice.
man. Nothing like smooth production value that you guys have come to expect from me. So anyway, it's the capper of the week video. This guy is a return winner to the Capper of the Week series. You know him, you love him. He's all the way from Houston, Texas. It's Brandon Zerface, everybody. What's going on, Brandon?
Not much. Good to be back and had a good week last week. Not so good this week so far, but we'll see how
And
the
I'll
rest
tell
of the
you
week goes.
what, that's kind of the way it's run. We've had some guys on that have had unbelievable weeks, and then you're like,
Yeah,
oh man, I'm going to tail this guy. In next week, can't hit nothing. So
yeah,
it
yeah.
happens, and it's been a kind of a regular occurrence. So it's a feast or famine. Hopefully, you padded your pockets enough to survive the week of a little bit of down. So and week ain't over yet. We haven't hit college football, pro football, all that. So a lot of room left to go. You guys know how this works. If you're regulars, if you're not, if you this is your first time, welcome aboard. What we do is I do daily videos. Everybody comments on the video, drops their favorite play. And at the end of the week, we take everybody's favorite play. We tally up the total. And whoever has made the most moolah for that week, because that's what it's all about, it's an opportunity to appear with me on the video. And what we will do, we will each pick an underdog that we think will win outright. Whichever one pays the most, whoever hits it and has the most money, will be crowned by me the king of all cappers. That's right, king of all cappers. And how did we do? I don't remember. How did you and I do when we were on?
I won last time with Kansas, luckily.
Oh, that's right, the
Yeah.
dreaded Jayhawks. It was the double knife in my heart. Not only did you beat me, but the Jayhawks won. So, well, we're going to
Yeah.
find out if Brandon's going to ride those Jayhawks again. Here's the rules. Very simple. He picks an underdog. I pick an underdog. If it happens to be the same one that I'm picking, then I must reshuffle the deck and pick a new one. That's the way it works when you're the home team. So we had a lot more danger of that when we were just doing baseball. But now that we moved into football with 7,000 games every weekend and basketball, whatever you want to pick, I don't care. Hopefully we won't match up and have the same one. So
Yeah.
let's get it on. Let's find out. You're wearing your cold sats, and maybe that's going to factor into his decision this week. We'll find out. Brandon, what
Could.
do you got?
It could. Yeah, I figured actually for good luck first is why I wore the Colts hat since I won last time wearing it.
Outstanding.
So I've been looking at a lot of games. I kind of liked Carolina tonight until I saw your analysis, and it
Oh
kind of
God.
backed me away a little bit.
Yeah,
But
I worry about the factor there that I think is going to make the difference is Cordarrelle Patterson, and of
right,
course now if you look at the weather reports, it's going to be an awful night in
hmm
Carolina. It kind of reminds me of that game. Was that Jacksonville, Carolina, a couple years ago on a Thursday night where it was just awful weather, and you
I
at the end
think
of the game
so.
you just wanted to take a spoon and
Right,
gouge your eyes out. It was just awful. I think it could be another one of those kinds of games. We'll see. I think it's going to be whichever team can run the ball most successfully
exactly.
will have the winner. So yeah. So we
So
we
anyway,
talked you
go
off the
ahead.
ledge with the Carolina game. So what do you got?
Yeah, yeah. So I looked at Kansas again. I
Mhm.
actually like Navy, even though that's pretty big money line dog, but
That's so
I
funny.
just have kind of a feeling.
I looked at the same thing. It was like they're what 14-point dogs or something
Yeah,
like that. Yep.
yeah, yeah. I think it's like plus 500 or something crazy.
Right.
So, but what I settled on, to be honest, and it might be another homer pick, is the Colts. So, and mainly just they're playing the Raiders. So to me, it can't get much worse between the two teams, and I like what Saturday's bringing. A fresh approach, and seems like everyone around there is going to have a sense of urgency this week, and I just feel like this could be the week to steal a win, and the value's at plus 185 right now, and I just feel like that's
You got me.
considering they're playing the Raiders, it's just I don't know. I think
Yep.
that's a
I
great
don't
value.
I don't hate that or not, and I'll even bump you up a little bit because I've got it at one of my books at plus 190. So we'll give it to you at plus 190. Although I will tell you, spoiler alert, it won't matter because mine is lower than that. So if you hit it at 185 or 190,
I
you're
got
gonna
you.
you're gonna win it. But I think, and if you're a regular on my channel, you know that I like to kind of break the games down, give a couple of reasons why I think something on this show. All you would have had to say is they're playing the Raiders.
Yeah.
That's it. Analysis over. That Raiders team is just dreadful. I don't know what they're doing well right now. Although, did you see? Are you a Twitter guy? Do you? I know you're on.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're on Twitter. I know I see you like my so you probably saw the fake Adam Schefter thing yesterday where it says Josh McDaniel has been fired. Did you see that?
No, I missed that actually.
Somebody done the new $8 verification thing and opened up an
Okay.
account as Adam Schefter
That's
was
awesome.
tweeting that out, and it was retweeted by like a lot of people that should know better.
You're right.
So it was
That seems to happen a lot.
yeah, welcome to the hellscape that is Twitter. No question
Right.
about it. All right, buddy. I am also going to go with the NFL. And like you, I looked at a lot of college games. I looked at that North Carolina Wake Forest game. I don't hate North Carolina, although anytime I bet on that team, I think the total in that was 77, which I'm not going to. I know I've seen one or two like at 80, but man, I think 77 is the biggest one I've seen this season.
Right.
And, it's just any kind of craziness could erupt there. So I'm going to take a pick in the NFL. And this is one where we've seen the line come down. And I think we've watched this stuff before. And when you have injury news, people know things other than the general public. There's people that know, and you can tell by the line movement during the week, generally what they know. And this is going to be a game with the Bills and the Vikings. And we've seen this number come down from 6 or 6.5 down to, I think it sits at 3.5 right now. Yeah, 3.5 right now for the Vikings. So Josh Allen has not practiced Wednesday. He did not practice today, which is Thursday. If you're watching this video later, we record Thursday afternoon. He did not do the morning practice as well. It looks like he's trending out with that UCL injury. He had one of those a couple years back. He missed 4 games, and it looks like it's going to be Case Keenum going against the Minnesota Vikings. And for the Vikings, facing a backup quarterback, it's kind of what they do. This will be the 4th time this year they've faced a backup quarterback. Now, in fairness, one of them was Dalton, who has pretty much become the starter, and the other one was Heineke, which I think you could make a very good case that he was your best quarterback on the roster all the way through. So there is kind of an asterisk on the facing the backup quarterback. And the other one was Bridgewater. And I don't think anybody will make the case right now that you want to see Teddy in there instead of Tua. But if they face Case Keenum, it will be the 4th time they face an official backup. It's plus 160. And, while Keenum can certainly throw the ball around the yard, not as well as Allen, obviously, but he's not a liability. Where he does become a liability and takes Buffalo out of their game is the running ability that Allen brings. And that's going to be the difference in this one because Buffalo, as you well know, because they just traded for Nyheim Hines, can't run the football. And I don't know what they were doing last week because they gave Hines one attempt. They gave him one target. And I don't think he ran the football. I had him on my fantasy team, and I know he had 0 yards. Right. So if he ran the ball, it wasn't much. He didn't, not many times, and not for any yards. So I don't know if they're going to use him more this week. But Buffalo, I'll believe that run game when I see it. And the run game is going to become very important in this one because, as you might suspect, in the middle of November in Buffalo, New York, weather could very well play a factor. You're going to have some rain and snow. In the morning, it should be moved out of there by game time. But if it doesn't, you're going to have a first half at least with some horrible conditions. And it will be windy all game long. It's going to be an east wind in the upper teens with gusts to 25, 26 miles an hour. And that's going to make the running game much more important than it normally would be. I like the Vikings. They've got Dalvin Cook. They're not afraid to use him. While the Bills will be down arguably their best runner in Josh Allen, most likely. And I think the Vikings have an excellent shot here. They're a team that nobody's talking about, Brandon. Everybody talks about the Chiefs, the Bills, the Eagles. Everybody kind of seems to skip over the Vikings, who are 7-1, have the second best record in the NFL. So are you a Vikings guy? You think is it fool's gold, or is there something there?
I'm not actually. When you said 7-1 just now, that's the first. I didn't realize either, to be honest.
There you go.
So yeah. That's. It just seems like they have that one bad performance, or they, kind of just squeak some games out here and there, and it seems like they go under the radar that way, or that one bad performance sours everyone. And they give up on them. But
Yeah, you kind of write them off. That's a great analysis. I totally agree. Meanwhile, people in Minnesota are like, what about us? Well,
right,
I guarantee you, they win this game, they're going to be taking a lot harder look at the Vikings. So again, this is kind of maybe like you, a little bit of a homer pick because if the Vikings were able to pull this off, it'd be very good news for my hometown Kansas
right,
City Chiefs. But more importantly than that, I just think it's a bad matchup for Buffalo without Josh Allen in there. I've got Minnesota. I've got them at plus 160. That's going to be my official play.
like it.
All right, buddy. Well, as always, congratulations on a great week. I hope you made some money in real life. I
I
know,
did.
of course, you probably made matchsticks because I know gambling is illegal there in Texas. So certainly
Exactly.
you weren't able to get any bets down, much like it is here in Missouri.
Exactly.
But at least in Missouri, I now have legal options available.
Okay.
So finally, after 10 years of not being able to bet at all, wink, wink, I can go over to Kansas about 20 minutes from my house and make some bets. So
Yeah.
it's been a lot of fun, buddy. You are a tremendous handicapper. If you're not checking out Brandon's picks in the comment section, you're missing out. You're missing out. It's which one of the reasons I do it. I love hearing all the great handicappers that we've got out there. And we have a lot of really good handicappers that watch the videos. They lay out great picks every single day. This guy is one of them. You should tail him. So any final thoughts, my friend?
No, I appreciate everything, and to win some money.
All right, let's go do it. Yeah, we'll watch we'll watch the Saturday card. I'm sure we'll have a little action, but it really it comes into focus on the Sunday as the Vikings and the Colts go
Yeah,
head to head. I certainly like the opponent for you better than I like the opponent for me.
it's a little bit easier, I think. Yeah.
It really is. So, Brandon, thanks very much for being here, man. I wish you nothing but the best going forward. Probably won't see you next week, but
No,
maybe the week after that you can get back on the right side. Man, we've got a couple guys. We've got one guy after 3 days that's plus 600. We got another guy that's plus 500. That's setting the bar pretty high.
yeah, it's tough.
When you're hitting 3 parlays in a row, yeah, you just tip your cap and go, well, I'll get you next week. So,
Right.
Brandon, have a great day. Stay safe down there in Houston. And as always, thanks for watching, you guys. Don't forget to tune in every single day when I do my thing and laying out my favorite play. And don't forget to comment, put those picks in there because we want to know what you're playing. All right. Everybody have a great day. Good luck this weekend. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.